I'll talk about Manston, this processing centre for asylum seekers. It's been housing them for way too long. We know that last month 4,000 people were there. It was designed for 1,600. Okay, look, a slight overspill, to 1,800 or 2,000 people if the pressure builds. But it was 4,000 people. They've now been dispersed. I don't know how many are there now. But public health officials are concerned that failures to test migrants before moving them from the south coast to hotels in other parts of the country was reckless. Since the beginning of the year, among asylum seekers, there have been 50 confirmed cases of diphtheria. So listen, firstly, what's diphtheria? Dr. Bharat Pankhania is with me, Senior Clinical Lecturer in Public Health Medicine at Exeter University. Dr. Pankhania, good morning. What is diphtheria?
Good morning. Good morning to you. So diphtheria is an infection caused by a bacteria. It's a diphterioids that produce a toxin, and this toxin is the one that makes you very ill. And the key thing about this toxin, and hence the need for acting fast, acting urgently, is this toxin binds to several organs in your body, your nervous system, your heart, your liver, your kidneys, and causes irreversible damage. So it's a bacteria, produces a toxin, and that toxin can harm several organs. And then if you've got respiratory diphtheria, it also forms this membrane. So it makes very difficult to breathe because your membrane is occluded.
So there was a man who has died who was in Manston and he had diphtheria. Many do. We have vaccinations in this country, don't we? Other countries,
yes, we do.
Other countries
yes, we
do not necessarily have it?
So, yes, the UK has a very good childhood immunization plus boosters at about the teenage age. And with the use of those vaccines, we've kept diphtheria under control. We hardly ever have cases. But then with regard to people coming from abroad who have not been immunized, there's war and immunization services have broken down, diphtheria will return like it has.
Right. Well, I don't know the nationality of this bloke that died, actually. But it's a sad situation. But there's many people who don't come from war zones who are here. Perhaps they've been getting diphtheria as well. So I don't know. Have a quick listen to this, Doctor, if you wouldn't mind. This is Suella Braverman, the Home Secretary, at the Home Affairs Select Committee that was earlier this week, answering questions about Manston.
So when I arrived at the beginning of September at the Home Office, I was very much aware that there were very high levels of numbers coming in to Dover. I was very aware that there's an acute need to source accommodation urgently and quickly. I was aware from the beginning of my tenure that there was a problem at Manston.
Let me ask you something. When people get moved, perhaps with diphtheria, to another part of the United Kingdom, how much of a risk is that to the other parts of the population?
Big problem. And I can tell you this as a man who has worked at the coalface. So when you disperse people, you don't know where they've gone. And what also tends to happen is they go to this place A, and within days they move to place B and then to place C. So there is a serial movement. It's not only one place and then they stay put. And also to keep an eye on people who may be incubating an infection like diphtheria, which is very, very infectious. What you've actually done, and I hope it doesn't come to pass, but what you've done is caused a dispersion of a highly infectious disease by doing it that way. What should have happened is, okay, we've got a problem here, we need to disperse you. First, we're going to sort your diphtheria out. We're going to swab you, we're going to check, we're going to assess you, we're going to give you antibiotics, and we're going to track you. This is really important. We need to know where you're going, and we're going to be in touch with you almost on a daily basis. That should have been put in place.
Dr. Bharat Pankhania, thank you very much indeed. That's quite chilling, isn't it? The description of diphtheria and the way that it could be spreading around the country with people who may have it. We might have to keep following that story.